Yo, Big Blue, yo, kick that gangster shit.
Well, since that's too low, maybe this is a little loud. Get it going, scat, scatter, ladder. People do the bend and stretch. Let me see you do the bend and stretch. Everybody do the bend and stretch. Come on and do the bend and stretch as we rock and go side to side. Keep going, side to side. Keep going, follow up, go side to side. Keep going, side to side. Keep going. Let me tell you, King and Free is definitely in the DJ Bobby Black.
So before I even get into that, I gotta let y'all know that the first record or the first piece of vinyl that I ever owned in my life personally was Dougie Fresh All the Way to Heaven. And so for him to even get on the record, that blew my mind. I was in another stratosphere. And then Kid Capri, obviously I knew him from Def Comedy Jam fame and all that, but I had never actually got my hands on one of his mixtapes until around 2005. I had a 1999 Honda, had a tape deck in it. DJ Mars lent me one of the tapes, and he had a stack of classic mixtapes and actual cassette tapes. And I used to rock out to it. And if you ever heard me DJ and how I rock and the aggressiveness on the microphone and stuff like that, switching in out of records, I got that from Kid Capri. Fast forward the story, how the record came about. Me and Mars brainstorming. That's my partner. We done several mixtapes together and all that, this, that, and the third. We both from Springfield, Massachusetts. Coming up in the game, he put me down with the DJ crew he founded by the name of the world famous Super Friends out of ATL. And I just happened to be going live on Facebook. I had this thing I was going live on Facebook. It's called No Trap Sundays. And I had found the original samples to a Showbiz and AG record called Party Groove. I had the horn, I had the drums, and then I bumped into the Kid Capri mixtape live at the building. I bumped into that online, and he actually did the bend and stretch routine, which they sampled on the Party Groove record. It wasn't the same exact sample, but it was the same routine. So, I played it on No Trap Sundays. Mars heard it. I sent it to him. He started playing it. So he calls me like, yo, we need to just make a record out of it because DJs keep asking them for it. So, fine, let's do it. So, after, a couple hours of brainstorming and all that, we came up with let's just remake Party Groove. And that's what we did. So, to fast forward the story, I rapped back in the day, in the 90s, I used to rap. I was in a rap group called World Premiere.
Your brain blue, but now it's gone. Cause rhyme battles end up another sad song.
I decided, just let me try something. If it's whack, I could delete it, So I put the verse down, let Mars hear the verse. Yo, he liked the verse. So, I haven't rapped in years, so I wasn't that confident in the verse, but I thought it was hot. But, is the world gonna love it? So Mars said, yo, I'm gonna send it to Doug, So he sent it to Dougie Fresh because we had already previously been talking about who was the greatest entertainers, the greatest party rockers, who had the greatest party records. And obviously, the show is probably, to this day, still one of the greatest party records ever.
Also, if you didn't know, this is called the show.
So he ends up sending it to Dougie Fresh, called me back about an hour later, like, yo, Doug said send him the verse and then the instrumental at the end. My mind is blew, because again, going back to what I said, the first piece of vinyl I ever owned was Dougie Fresh All the Way to Heaven. So after we sent it to Doug, a couple weeks, boom, he sends it back. And like I say, man, the rest is history. And now you got bend and stretch.